Alright, first of all, Happy New Year, everyone. And since this year is drawing to a close, it's time for my top 10 figures for 2021. And here are a bunch of figures that I believe turned out to be great figures for 2021, at least in my opinion. And let's get started. Alright, starting with number 10 is Snake Eyes with Timber. The reason I put this as my number 10, it is because a lot of the figures from Hasbro, we have to jump through hoops in order to get them. So this is a great set, but it is an exclusive. It is their, I believe it's their Hasbro Pulse Con exclusive. If I remember this correctly, yeah, this was a exclusive set. It's great that we finally get Timber and the old style Snake Eyes, and he's got really impressive weapons, and some are more traditional weapons instead of those futuristic ones, more the real world weapons instead of the futuristic ones. And other than that, I mean, this is a really articulated figure. Any type of movement whatsoever you want, you could get him to do. The only issue I have, maybe not even with this one, but with their other figures, is that these drop down legs, they aren't the best. Other companies can do it way better, but for some reason Hasbro did it in a way that it actually made their figures worse. It's good that they're fully articulated now. Better range motion. Like, I could see Snake Eyes with drop down legs, and Storm Shadow with drop down legs, but other figures like Barbecue or some of the other characters like the regular Joes, they shouldn't even, no, they don't need the drop down legs because they aren't doing dynamic poses. And with those drop down legs, that barbell in the hip section tends to get stress mark, which who knows, eventually if you move it a few more times you might run the risk of breaking it off completely, and it loosens the joint quite significantly. Like here you can see his leg is not staying put, it just flops down like that. Other figures are a bit worse, but with Snake Eyes, I could see them doing it. I understand why they did it, but like I said, other characters, they don't need it, and it doesn't help the figure at all. So that's why Snake Eyes and Timber's my number 10. But Timber's amazing. It's got great articulation. 2 head sculpts too, and yeah, Snake Eye got tons of weapons. I would put other Joes in here, but again, they made us jump through hoops for them, like a lot of the characters, like those the Cobra Viper, they're almost impossible to find. Target exclusive, all these exclusive stuff is just getting on my nerves. Okay, number 9 on my list is the Mattel figure, and it is these Ultimate wrestling figures. I don't review wrestling figures. I don't buy that many wrestling figures. It's only because this is The Rock, and that's the reason I got it. And he comes with 3 head sculpts too, so that's a lot for a 6-inch figure from Mattel. And this is the Ultimate Pack, and it comes with quite a bit of hands and 2 belts and 3 heads, and yeah, it costs about, I believe, 30 to 35, somewhere around there, depending on where you purchase it. Great articulation, love it. Good range motions, except when you have these elbow sleeves on, he's not going to be able to give you dynamic poses because it does hinder articulation quite a bit. Same with the knees right there. And with this championship belt, I literally took these pieces off and then attach it with a actual leather belt, so that's why it is nice and floppy. So this way, now the belt could actually drape over his shoulder realistically. And I reshaped this hand too. I think before it was one of these. It was this one. and then heat it up with a hair dryer and bend those fingers downward. So now he looks like he's grabbing the whole of the belt while he's posing. And you can just look at those head sculpts. I think they turned out really, really good. I mean, it's got a little bit of crazy eyes going on, but overall, I think the head sculpts on these are quite good. And that's your smiling head right there. And then here's the third one, which is the eyebrow raised. So yeah, these are the fun figures. Again, I don't normally buy wrestling figures, but it is The Rock, and kind of want this one. And he's got great articulation. Look at butterfly joints, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. The ab has a little crunch to it as well. Not that big of a crunch, but still good for different type of poses, especially for wrestling figures. They need to do those wrestling moves, so that's why this figure is 9th on my list. And 8th on my list is Galvatron from Hasbro. This is the Transformer line, and I believe this is the Wolf or Cybertron line. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I love Galvatron. I love Megatron and Galvatron, so we're finally getting the Galvatron. I am very happy with it, and he turns into a cannon just like he did in the movie, the 86 movie. So I'm happy about that too. And he comes with the Matrix of Leadership around his neck. Granted, the chain that's attached to the Matrix supposed to be metal. I mean, or even plastic, but not sculpted plastic. It looks kind of weird when it's all sculpted. So yeah, that was a little disappointing. And figure wise, I'm very happy with it. Not to the point where it's perfect in my opinion, but you can see the back is nice. Doesn't have huge stuff sticking out, and then he turns into a cannon. Even though it's a kind of a fat, stocky cannon, even as a figure, he looks a little bit chunky. But still, I'm just happy we got a Galvatron in this scale, and that's why this guy is 8th on my list. Alright, and here's 7th on my list is this Build-A-Figure from DC. This is DC Multiverse by McFarlane Toys. Even though this is a Build-A-Figure, I'm still putting it on my top 10 because I just like, I love the look of this, and the two of them together makes it amazing. Scarecrow is a separate figure, and the Build-A-Figure is just Bane himself. He is a beefy figure. You can see here, got tiny head, big figure. Articulation wise, not the greatest. Around the hips, really no movement whatsoever. He's just gonna stand there. And here you can see Scarecrow is on his back. He's crawling up, hunched over like that. He looks fantastic, but I did make a modification initially. The hole is down here, and I made a modification to up here to make him look better, because if you put it on the supplied hole, you can see he is very well hidden behind Bane here. Looks like he's scared, even though Scarecrow, he's not the character where he would hide behind Bane, I would imagine. That's why I had to put him up a little bit higher, because this way it makes him look more menacing. Along with Bane, it looks like he is getting ready to instruct Bane to attack. So yeah, it's more of a kind of a dominant pose instead of more of a scare hiding behind a person pose now. So there you go. There's my 7. That's the 7th on my list. And 6 on my list, it's a company based, I believe, in Hong Kong. It's Joy Toy, and they create a lot of these 1/18 scale figures. They also do some 1/24 scale, but I like their 1/18 scale figures a lot. They have a lot of military characters. I'm just showing these as an example because they're more futuristic. I think this is from the Battle for the Stars series, and then there's military ones, the Russian military, there's a US military and Navy, and some Hong Kong police and some other different sets out there. But these are great. All the armors are removable, which I'm very happy about, and the detailing on these figures are fantastic too. Let me see if I can focus in on and show you guys at least this one in particular. So you can see the armor looks fantastic, well sculpted, and remember, again, all the armor pieces are removable, and there's a human head underneath, and looks very impressive. Look at the way they sculpted him, and the paint job is great. There's weathering all over, and it's not a messy weathering either. And look at all the details on this armor here, and highly articulated. So you can give them a lot of cool dynamic poses, and accessories wise, these figures come with tons of accessories. And just here, let me see if I can show you guys the accessories while they're in the box. Okay, there are a bunch of stuff here. Let me see, hammers, futuristic weapons, shields, and a bunch of helmets. And they also give you extra pegs too. That's nice. I like that. One company gives you extra pegs, because those are tiny pegs, so you sometimes might run the risk of losing them or breaking them. Then you have a replacement, so that's nice. I like that a lot, because they have some, I think they have vehicles, and some are just accessories pack. I think was there an accessories pack? I'm not sure, but they do give you a lot of pegs, like these wrist joints and leg joints and knee joints, for you to replace them if you ever have an unfortunate accident of breaking them. I haven't had that problem yet, but yeah, these are great figures. That's why these Joy Toys are on my top 10 list this year, and it's 6 on my list. Okay, 5th on my list is a NECA figure. It's Michael Myers from Halloween Kills. It's hard to pick which one to put on this list. I could put a bunch of horror figures on this list if I wanted to, but I want to give other companies a chance to be on this list. So that's why I pick Halloween. That's why I pick Michael Myers here. But they recently also released the Jason from Friday the 13th Part 7, I believe. Was the one underwater? Or was that 3? I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, Part 7, The New Blood. That one is freaking amazing. And here's that one. I was talking about the Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. This one was when he came from underwater. It looks fantastic. Hard to see, but you can see detailing on his body. Comes with an extra head, tons of accessories. And here's a picture of him. Really good. Yeah, these are fantastic figures. Like NECA is doing some really good job with all these ultimate figures and all Halloween stuff. They're really good. Even the Sam from Trick or Treat is good. The Hellraiser, I still need to get that one. I think that one's fantastic too. And then even the new what is that? The American Werewolf from London. Those figures are great too. and even the Pants Labyrinth, that one's good. And just a bunch of these horror figures that came out recently are really, really top notch. Sculpting on these are great. Articulation is good. I mean, not super dynamic, but some of these characters you don't need them to be, so I'm happy with that. And the head sculpt on this one is really good. Same with the Halloween from 2018. That one has a similar head sculpt to this one. This one has a burnt section, but the other one didn't. That one is fantastic. I love that mask from Michael Myers. So yeah, that's why this guy made it on my list and is 5th on my list. And 4th on my list is Captain Rex. Now this is based on the Bad Batch. That's why he has this poncho outfit on, whatever you call it. It is a Captain Rex, which is a figure we have gotten. Let's see, last time we got a Captain Rex was quite a while ago, and it's pretty much impossible to find that Rex now. So I missed out on it, and so I'm really glad that they're recreating Captain Rex here, even though this is based on another version, not the Clone Wars version. So, but still, I mean, it's a fantastic looking figure. I wish they have updated the body to the new body. Oh my god, this is almost impossible to get off. Take off. Okay, there's the head sculpt down here. And again, I wish they updated the body to the new Stormtrooper, the new Clone Trooper body, where all the pins are gone now. But those won't give you dynamic poses. Still, I mean, I actually like those. Like that body better than these older ones. Even though these are more articulated, you can see range of motion is way better on this guy with this body, but it has those pins. You can see, and same with the legs, same thing. Those are, you can see those pins there. But yeah, I still prefer those. I still prefer the new body over these older ones. But it is a character I am very happy to have, and I know they're reissuing the regular Rex too in a few months. I think in a few months. So I already have that on pre-order, so I'll definitely get that version, the regular Clone Wars version of Rex. But in the meantime, I got this version, and I'm very happy with it. But again, these are exclusive to specific stores. This particular one is exclusive to Walmart, and I hate it when they do exclusives. I should have put this guy further down the list because of the exclusivity of these stupid Hasbro stuff. But it made it on my list to 4th spot. And 3rd on my list is this Mezco holiday figure, Gomez, in his holiday attire. I would have put him on number 2 if I've gotten him before Christmas. Today is the 30th when I'm filming this, so it made it here. I think it was on Monday. Was that 29th? 30? No, that was 28th. Made it here Monday. Made it here Tuesday actually. So I was really disappointed because I was hoping to get this guy before Christmas, but it was stuck in their processing department for I think it was 3 or 4 days, and then it got stuck with FedEx for another 4 or 5 days. So I wasn't able to get this guy until after Christmas, which I was somewhat bummed by it, but it is a fantastic figure though. It's got tons of accessories. Look at that hat and that puffy jacket. It's great, and it comes with an ugly sweater and tons of accessories that Gomez comes with. And then some of the stuff can be stored in this boombox here. And just overall a fun figure to pose. And oh, this one has light up eyes too, so eventually I will review this guy. Not sure when, but yeah, it's a fantastic looking figure, and articulation is great, and I love cloth outfits. And yeah, so that's why this guy is third on my list. It would have been second if it came on time. Alright, second on my list is Batman from the Arkham series. I believe this is Arkham Knight Batman. I think it's Arkham Knight Batman. I'm not 100% sure. There are so many Arkham figures. So many Arkham games. So many Batman games, so I can't keep track anymore of which is which. But this one, the reason I put this guy here on my second on my list is because of the sculpting of this head, this Batman here. It looks almost identical to the game version of this Batman, and articulation wise, McFarlane figures, I mean, it's not super dynamic. If it has ab crunch, I think it would be perfect, but it doesn't, and you can still do a lot of poses with it. Personal gripe is that I don't like cloth cape. I don't like rubber cape. I always prefer cloth over rubber capes with figures, but it is easier for companies to sculpt plastic capes than to give us a cloth, I would imagine, because it saves on money. I think it costs more to make a cloth cape than it is to sculpt a cape. I think, I'm not sure, but you can look at the head sculpt, looks fantastic, so accurate looking, and yeah, everything else is good on this guy. Not a whole lot of accessories, but it is a Batman that I really like from the game, and turned out great. There's another Arkham, I think there was the Arkham, I'm not sure which one, but there's another game version of Batman. That one didn't turn out so good. I didn't like that one at all, and but this one is fantastic. I love this one. So that's why this guy is second on my list. And surprise, surprise, another Iron Man on my top 10 list, and this time is from 3-0. This is supposed to be no, I don't think they mentioned this to be as a 1/12 scale. Let's see, he is actually smaller than this, so he is not. Let me see, that's a 1/12 scale figure, and he is a bit taller, much taller, so he's definitely not a 1/12 scale figure. But here's the Iron Man Mark 43 from 3-0. He's got lots of metal pieces, lots of die-cast pieces. I think the inner joints, all the joints are metal, and tons of articulation points, and range of motion is fantastic. Look at even the chest. These two pieces can fold in to give the arms a little more range. That's fantastic. Look at that, and he's even got butterfly joints, which is nice, and a very solid figure, and it has light up features too. Eyes light up, and the arc reactor lights up. So, oops, and yeah, tons of accessories. I have this guy. I think I review all of my top 10 figures except for one. I think the Gomez is the only one I didn't have a review for. But this guy, if you want to check out the review, it's a fantastic looking figure, and they're making a Hulkbuster, and you could actually put this guy in there too. Well, not the whole thing. You could take the top portion off and then put the top portion inside the Hulkbuster to recreate that scene where he's putting on the armor. That's fantastic. And there's also another limited version of this guy, the battle damage version. I missed out on that. So bummed about that. I don't mind getting a second Mark 43, and a battle damage version would have been perfect for me. But unfortunately, I missed out on the pre-orders when that came out. So I won't be able to get that. And this guy is not bad for what this guy can do. The price tag on it is only I think here in the US is running about 110, 120, somewhere around there, but it is well worth the price. Just the weight of it, it's good, and articulation is fantastic, range of motion is fantastic, accessories wise quite good, and lighter features and all that. And look at the paint job on this. It looks like a mini Hot Toys right here. So that's why this guy is #1 on my list this year. So there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this top 10 video for 2021, figures for 2021. And if you guys have any questions, you're welcome to leave a comment, let me know. And if I don't hear from you, then Happy New Year, and hopefully 2022 will be better than 2021 for all of you guys. Thanks for watching.